Kimmich. Anton. Lewandowski! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Realm. Lewandowski, impressive jump! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Gross. The referee's awarded a free kick. Now, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Poland are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's Zalewski. And the shot! Vitz. Nicely weighted ball. And he is deftly away. Threads one in. Sané. It's a goal kick. And he's managed to get rid. Oh, he's bustling through here. Oh, good take in a good area. Chance, surely! No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Gnabry. Gnabry wins the duel this time. In with the challenge. And that's really well manoeuvred. And he's managed to get free. He's having a hit! That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Rudiger.
Germany really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Here's a chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. Gross gets it away. He's had a shot! Bednarek. And a chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Poland have obviously gone down this shooting route in the hope of exposing a flaw or two. I think the best thing they can do is just move to plan B.
Can he get it through? Anton. He is through here. And this is Sané. He's having a shot! Goal! Germany! The first significant strike. It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
Germany have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Good chance here! Well, it's a fair try, but just off target.
I think that was probably what the opposition wanted him to do, Peter. They're not going to be overly worried if he's shooting from that sort of distance.
Zalewski. Sané. Germany do have a chance to counter here. And it's Wirtz.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Rudiger. Now Schlotterbeck. Gross. Raum. That's the end of the first 45. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Poland currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
Wishing a happy wedding
Well, obviously
anniversary
things
for
are
one of
not
our
good,
fan club
Peter.
members.
It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
And please welcome our lads to the field.
So the action resumes.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Zielinski. Now that looks a decent ball. Delivers the ball. Great chance! Dispatched clinically. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
After 50 minutes is number 9.
Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
There you go. That's what happens when you've got top-class talent.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now, can they get him away? Gnabry. Oh, some astute defending there. Cash. Lewandowski looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, as you'd expect, Peter, that defence ought to know when to step up or drop off, and they finally made a decision to get tighter. Poland have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Oh, shoot! Decent chance! Goal, Poland! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Lewandowski.
Poland with the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Sané. And he cuts out the supply.
Germany really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? And that is well cleared. And the shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Kimmich. And it's Sané. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Zielinski tries one from range. He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Schlotterbeck to Gross. Tries from distance. Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Raum. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Lewandowski. Shapes to shoot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Zalewski tries a cross. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Lewandowski, clearly the target here.
Well, he is someone you can count on to get his head to it, one way or another, Peter.
And he's there to clear it.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's found the way through. Kivior clears without hesitation. Deftly away. They get a throw in. Germany have opted to make another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Spread neatly. Oh, perfectly measured that. Bednarek. Spread to the right. Looks across and plays it in. Not the most convincing of passes. Rudiger. And there's the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Zalewski has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible. Poland nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
He's gone for goal. That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And it's Kimmich. Just eases him off the ball. Aims beyond the defence. He's in plenty of space here. He's got away. Shot at goal! A real chance and a real let-off. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. Kimmich. Oh, this looks sharp. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, what possessed him to do that, Peter, I have no idea. It's not in keeping with the quality of the performance.
Zielinski goes sliding in. Good effort from distance. So that's it. It is all over. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. Lewandowski voted man of the match, and deservedly so. The end of the game. Reflections?
Poland really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
Today for everybody to please kindly
so thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Another episode of this age-old tale, uncompromising conflict. And he's there to belt it away. Can they get him away? Zalewski! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but...
Schlotterbeck is fouled. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Schlotterbeck. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I like the look of this guy, Kai Havertz. I felt a little sorry for him when he first arrived in English football, because I don't think he was playing in his correct position. And I know he was helped, but all the help in the world can't always make it work. You have to make it work yourself. And he has stuck at it. And I'm really delighted to see the application beginning now to pay off with style.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. And just to confirm that the referee shoots! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Anton. So what can they make of this? Now it's Sané. Can he finish? Goal! Germany! And Germany are in front.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Number 19, Sané.
Germany have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous. Poland are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job. Tries to pass it through, and he cuts out the supply. The ball is loose, and the chase is on. Gross. Shifted it to the flank. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, that's clever. Rudiger is there, and he can get that clear. Gross. Well, that is one way to stop him. Bednarek. Chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Vitz. Nice bit of trickery. He's found a way through. Oh, that was vital. And he gets rid in a hurry. Good running, strong and purposeful. And he welcomes it in. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Anton, who set up one goal. Now it's Sané. He is through here. Now the cross. Shapes to shoot. Good effort first time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Chance! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Looking for a runner. Bednarek calmly anticipates. Anton cuts it out. And it's Vitz. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, played through for the wide man. And it's hoisted clear. It's a throw-in. And it's made its way to him. Not the most accurate pass. Gnabry. He's having a hit! A real chance and a real let-off.
Gnabry clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Ambitious ball here. That's good vision. No luck with that dink over the top. Schlotterbeck. It's Kimmich. Rudiger. Now Schlotterbeck. And it's Gross. Now it's Gnabry. Pops him off in and wins back the ball. Now it's Vitz. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Zielinski. A probing pass. Quick look at his watch and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Poland unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0
in the stadium hall.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.